You know, right now, inside every single one of your cells, there's this silent, tireless cleanup crew hard at work. It's this absolutely essential system for your health. But honestly, most of us have never even heard its name. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this incredible microscopic marvel.
So, what is this invisible crew? I mean, think about it for a second. Your body is constantly building things, breaking things down. It's like a nonstop, kind of chaotic construction site inside you. So, what stops all of that from just turning into a massive pile of cellular junk? Okay, so let's dive in. Your cells are basically tiny factories, right? And they are constantly churning out proteins. These are the builders, the messengers, the little engines of your body. But just like any factory, this whole process creates waste. You get proteins that are old, damaged, or folded all wrong. And if that junk isn't cleared out, well, it starts to clog up the works. And that problem, it gets a whole lot worse as we age. And that is where this system comes in. It's called proteostasis, and it is the master quality control network that keeps your entire body running like it should. The name itself is actually a pretty big clue. Proteostasis is just a mashup of protein and homeostasis, which basically means balance. It's the cellular network that manages a protein's entire life cycle, from the moment it's made to folding it into a perfect 3D shape, all the way to its eventual breakdown and recycling. Here's a really great way to picture it. Imagine every single protein in your cell is an instrument in this huge orchestra. Well, proteostasis, that's the conductor. It's making sure every instrument is tuned just right and playing its part perfectly. So you get this beautiful cellular symphony instead of just a bunch of random chaotic noise. But what happens when the conductor gets tired? Or maybe the instruments start to fall out of tune? See, over time, this incredibly fine-tuned system can start to break down. Let's take a look at how that happens. So this cleanup crew has three key specialists. First up, you've got chaperones. Think of these guys as expert origami artists. They're there to carefully guide new proteins to fold into their perfect shape. But what if a protein gets messed up anyway? Well, that's where the proteasomes come in. They're literally like cellular paper shredders that just chew up individual faulty proteins. And for the really big messes, that's a job for autophagy, the heavy-duty recycling system that engulfs whole clumps of waste and breaks them down. And wow, the difference is like night and day. A cell with healthy proteostasis is this clean, efficient, well-run factory. But when the system starts to fail, which it tends to do as we get older, that same cell just becomes a toxic environment. You get waste buildup, communication signals get all scrambled, and the state of chronic, low-grade inflammation just takes over. And look, this isn't just some minor little issue. This breakdown is so fundamental to our health that scientists now consider it a hallmark of aging, one of the core drivers of the entire process. And that's exactly why this matters so much. It's true. The scientific community has actually identified this handful of key biological processes that cause us to age. And wouldn't you know it, the loss of proteostasis is right there at the center of the list. As this system starts to falter, our cells begin to show all the classic signs of getting older. And the consequences of that can be really serious. This buildup of misfolded proteins, well, that's the defining feature of several major neurodegenerative diseases. The amyloid plaques in Alzheimer's, the Lewy bodies in Parkinson's. These are the direct results of a cleanup crew that's failed, a breakdown in proteostasis. And get this, we can actually see proof of how important this is in the animal kingdom. The naked mole rat is a total longevity superstar. It lives for decades longer than other rodents its size. And one of its biggest secrets? You guessed it, its proteostasis network stays incredibly strong for its entire life, protecting it from the exact kind of protein misfolding diseases that affect so many of us. Okay, I know this might sound a little daunting, but here is the really good news. We are not just helpless passengers in all of this. There are real, concrete, science-backed ways that you can support and even boost your own cellular cleanup crew. So let's walk through 5 powerful ways to help out. First, fasting. Just giving your body a break from constantly eating is what activates that heavy-duty autophagy cleaning cycle. Second, exercise. This actually puts a healthy kind of stress on your system that strengthens your protein repair mechanisms. Third, a balanced diet. It gives your body the right building blocks without totally overwhelming the system. Fourth, antioxidant-rich foods. We're talking berries, leafy greens. They help protect your proteins from getting damaged in the first place. And finally, number 5, deep sleep. This is not just rest, it's prime time for your body to do all this crucial repair and recycling work. And looking ahead, science is getting in on the act in a huge way. Researchers are actually developing what they call proteostasis regulators. These are drugs designed specifically to help fine-tune this cleanup crew, and they offer incredible new hope for treating those devastating neurodegenerative diseases. So really, at the end of the day, that's what this all comes down to. Proteostasis is the ultimate balancing act. It's this constant, delicate dance between creation and cleanup that keeps the entire machinery of life itself running smoothly. Which really just leaves us with one final question. When you think about your own health, your own habits, how well are you supporting your internal conductor? Is your cellular symphony playing in tune?